And with your eyes closed, invite you into all the sensations in your body. To scan your body, if you will, for information. Information from the inside out. I've had this amazing opportunity here in Ridgeway to work with this woman who struggles with pretty severe anxiety and depression. And I work with her with mindfulness, and I work with her with yoga and meditation. And what I realized is something I've been realizing in general lately is our addiction to negativity and our addiction to suffering, our addiction to pain. And I know all of this sounds like insane, but an example is we get done with our hour session and I ask, how are you feeling and what are you noticing in your body? And she goes, I feel great. I feel so great. And then the pause. And then she says, but then my brain just started to say, is this going to be my life? Do I have to do this much work to feel normal or happy? And it was just like, whap, right there. That moment where we are so addicted to our patterns, our suffering, that we're actually uncomfortable feeling great or amazing. She would rather go to the familiarity of the depression, the hopelessness, and the anxiety. And I know for all of us, it's not quite a level like that. But I know for each of us, for sure, that we do this in different, maybe more subtle ways. But it's like when someone tells me how wonderful my kids are, or when my kids tell me, Mom, thank you so much. You've been such a great mom to us. Rather than receiving that love and that compliment, I go to, oh man, I wasn't perfect all the time. There's so much more I could have done better. There's so much more I could have done better. And they get so annoyed with it. They're like, Mom, stop. You've done enough. But I encourage all of us. I awaken all of us. I invite all of us to become more aware of how we might be perpetuating negativity, perpetuating an old story. Even on a walk this morning with my husband, I wanted to go into this pain that's in my left SI joint and start talking about it and how it is affecting me in the morning time. And I was like, stop. My body is miraculous. I give my body permission to heal. My body knows how to heal. And it was just like this warmth that comes over my body. And like I've always said for years now, energy flows where our attention goes, and what we give our energy to expands. So the stories we tell ourselves on a moment-to-moment, day-to-day basis, the negative beliefs we tell ourselves on a day-to-day basis, these are not bringing us to life. These are keeping us playing quite small. They're keeping us stuck in these habitual patterns because maybe we are uncomfortable with unfamiliarity. But I want us all to catch these moments Let's bring the palms together at our heart to catch these moments and to shift them. I really love to think of it that we are all holding the novel of our life from today to tomorrow to the next day to the next day, all the way into the future to our last breath. We are holding this novel and those pages are blank. What will we fill them with? What will we call in? What really matters most to us? What will we give our energy to? What will we give our attention to? Our awareness to? What do we want to see expand in our life? We have this the fall equinox this weekend. These are the seeds we're planting, the bulbs deep in the ground. These are the blank pages of the novel of our life. And with fall coming, just like the leaves so graciously and gracefully releases her leaves, and all things begin to die off and rot, what within us can we let die off? Anything and everything that is not in service to our higher selves, to our truth. Bow your head to your heart and open to an intention that feels right for you. An intention that brings you to life. An intention that inspires you and makes you feel alive. And let's go ahead and come right into all fours. I'm going to jump right into our practice today. Moving into cat-cows and breathe. Feeling every little bit of your spine and its movement. And then circling through your head, all the way around. And then the other direction too. Nice. And now big half moon circles with your hips to the right and then back to the left. Breathe. Good. Back to center. Let's pick the right knee up. Now let's pick the left knee up. It's like you're picking it straight up into your hip. Right knee and left knee. Good. We'll sit back to our heels for a moment and then shine those palms forward and stretch through the palms of your hands. Good, shake those hands out. And then we'll come forward onto hands and knees again. And we're gonna drop our hips to the right. And up to the left. So as you do this, kind of shrug into the shoulder you're leaning towards. And try to draw your right shoulder or your shoulder to the top of the mat, that shoulder you're leaning into. And this should get into your IT bands a bit, Beth, and even into the TFL. And the next time you drop your hips on the right, try to straighten out the bottom leg, the right leg. And do that on the left too. Good. And when you are done, bring those hips back to the heels. Let your forehead rest down. And feel that stretch in your low back. You can walk your hands on over to the right, feel a stretch down your side body. And then on over to the left. And take it back to center. Let's tuck those toes, lift your knees into down dog. And in the down dog, stretch through the heels of your feet. Drop your heels to the right. Turn your head left and right. And then to the other side. And then walking your feet to the top of the mat. Resting that head down. And slowly roll up, let your hands drag up the front of your shins, your knees, your thighs. All the way up your side body, up the back of your head, and down the front to the heart. So we'll shift our weight onto our left foot. We'll pick this right knee up, clasp your hands around the shin. Finding your balance, looking at one spot on the floor. Squeeze the knee all the way up. Push down more through your left leg, through your left foot. Then your left hand to your left knee and open, or your left hand to your right knee, open to your right. And when you're ready, arms reach up. Do your best to straighten out that right leg. Good. And then send it back to lunge, touchdown. From here, straightening your front leg. Breathing into that hamstring. And to work with our breath, let's take a big inhale in as we rise up with the chest. And then exhale, lower down. The deep breath in as you rise. And exhale out. Good, then we'll walk our hands on over to the right. Into wide leg straddle. And then bend into your right knee and bend into your left knee, getting this really nice deep stretch in the inner thighs. And right hand down, left arm comes up. Left hand down, right arm comes up. And we take it down and walk your hands back to the top of the mat, turning your toes somewhat forward. And take your right hand down. And let's inhale and exhale, left arm comes up, twisting toward your left leg. Breathe in. And then open the mouth and take a sigh down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Last one. Nice. And then let's go ahead and drop the back knee down. And if you want to, fold the mat over. And then we'll squeeze that right heel to your glutes. And reach back with your left hand and grab hold of that foot. And rotate your chest a bit more to the left. And release. We'll tuck the right toes, lift your right knee, and come onto your left foot and grab hold of that right foot again with your left hand. Squeeze the heel to your glutes. And then let's release. Take that right foot down, bending your knees as much or as little as you like. Clasp your hands up and over the back. And give a little squeeze. You can release those hands down and drag your hands up the front of your shins to the knees. And just feeling this connection to the body all the way up to the sides, the back of the head, over the top of your head, palms together, dragging thumbs down the forehead, nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat, to the heart. Just take it in and notice. And we'll shift our weight to this right foot and bring your left knee up. Clasp your hands around the shin, pull it up and in. And really press through that right foot and squeeze the left knee in more. And then right hand on the left thigh. Let's open into a twist. Get back to center, arms come up straight in your left leg. And then take your left foot all the way back to your lunge. And from here, straighten out your front leg. And drop the back heel. We'll take an inhale as we lift. Exhale as we lower. Inhale as you lift. And exhale, lower. 3 more your pace. You can sigh it out the mouth. And then we'll walk our hands on over to your left. We'll bend into the left knee and we'll bend into the right. I'll tell you, it's a real, true commitment to begin the process of changing your thoughts. It's a real commitment to changing your patterns and to changing your beliefs. I get to work with this woman 1 time a week. And it's amazing. It was just amazing. Like all kinds of little things kept coming up. She would say, oh, I feel so much better. But then my mind tells me that I'll never get better. And it's amazing how powerful our minds are. And like I've mentioned before, like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you believe your thoughts can make you sick, then you better believe your thoughts can make you better. Let's take the right hand down and take your left arm up. And sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to heal. Our body, I give you permission to heal. Our minds, our mental health, I give you permission to heal. Left hand down, right arm up. It doesn't require us always to go so deep into the story of our pain. It's more so recognizing that the pages are blank ahead of you. And what do you want to fill those pages with? Release that hand down. Let's walk our hands back to the top of the mat. And I'm not saying we have to dismiss or spiritually bypass or negate our pain. Let's inhale, the right arm comes up. And exhale down. There's a time and place for that. But we don't have to spend every day going into up and down for 3 more now. Every day going into and sitting in the trauma. Our stories that we build, they shape our neural pathways. Where do we want to go from here is the question. Let's drop that left knee down. And we'll shift our weight forward. You can pad your left knee, bend your left knee, grab hold of it with your right hand, and sink those hips forward. If you think of our brains as super muddy territory, and the negative thoughts are like a Jeep or a dirt bike that runs through the mind. Let's release that foot down. Lift your back knee, pop onto the right foot and squeeze that left heel to the glutes. If that happens, if a Jeep or a dirt bike goes through big, deep mud, well, it leaves big indentations and grooves and ruts. And then the sun comes out the next day, and guess what? Those ruts are still there. And then the sun shines more, a little more rain and sun, and the ruts get like hardened and become part of the ground. And that's how our minds are. Release the left foot down. Forward fold, turn your head left and right. Our mind is malleable. And the more we think the negative thoughts, the more we tell the same story, the more we are a victim of our past, a victim of our life, the deeper and deeper those ruts get. And I like to think some of the work that I get to do in the shadow work, in this mindfulness work, we're going in and filling these ruts up. We're sprinkling them with more hope, with more possibility. And just like the foundation of my house is taking a long time, it's filling up. And this practice of rewiring and repatterning, it takes time. It's a real commitment. Let's let the hands come up the backs of your calves this time, the backs of your knees and thighs, and onto the sides, and all the way up. The back of your head, the palms together and down to your heart. There's this wonderful work by Dr. Nicole LaPera. She's also known as the holistic psychologist. So inhale, arms come up. Grab hold of your right wrist and pull it to the left. And she has this type of journaling called future self journaling. Come up, other side. And she recommends doing it for 30 days. It takes maybe 6 minutes to do it. Come up, grab hold of the other wrist, pull it over. It's a certain format that you work with. And it is so helpful, other side. So unbelievably helpful. Coming up, press the walls away. Lowering arms down here, fingers up. Right ear, right shoulder. Right hand, right side. Right hand to the left side of your head. And you can pick, she only wants you to pick one thing at a time, which is very hard for Jamie. Release, take it to the other side. I'm like, but I want to work on this, and this. And it's like, nope, just one. Other side here. And you do it for 30 days. And bring it up, clasp the hands behind you. And then you can move on. Shoulders back. But habit change science says that that's a really great time for the rewiring of your brain. Release and bring your arms up and bend the knees. Take your right elbow to your left thigh. Let's press the palms together as you reach your heart forward. And if you remind me, I'll send you the link to the journaling prompts. Let's shift the weight to the left foot and send your right leg back. Stabilize and balance. And then we rise up, untwist, pivot your right heel, straighten the legs, slide down your back leg. Reach that left arm forward. Take it down. Triangle pose. Use a block if you like. Breathe here, feel here. Feel those feet. And release. That right hand comes down. Let's step it back. Down dog. We'll take the left knee to that left elbow. And then back to a down dog. Left knee, left elbow. Back to down dog. 3 more, nice and slow. Good. And then take that left knee forward for pigeon. And walk that right leg back. Now, if you know your body is just feeling like it wants rest right now, drop the chest down. But if you like, you can rise up as you breathe in. Push your right hip forward more. And then take it down. Rising up to breathe in. And down. And 2 more. Good. Either hold it up or take it down. Let it be your choice. Pressing through the back foot. And then we pivot that left hip down and send this right foot forward. Let's stack the right ankle on that left thigh. Breathe. And roll the shoulders back. And then ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Left arm out to the left, right arm up and over. Rising up other side. And Sharon, I literally just got a vision of you in the river at Mount Princeton in the sunshine with a book, and you were alone. So I'm just sharing that back and forth a couple more because I feel like maybe you're supposed to go at least once on your own. Maybe bring a book or a journal. Something saying maybe your nervous system needs that too. Okay. From here, just be still a moment. And then we'll drop the chest down. . Nice. Releasing, come on out of it. Simple cross-legged pose to tabletop, hands and knees. We'll tuck those toes, lift the knees into down dog, and walk those feet to the top of your mat. We'll bend our knees, sit into the chair, reach your arms forward, left elbow to your right thigh this time. Pressing gently through the palms, reaching heart forward. And we'll shift our weight onto that right foot, step your left leg back. Lowering your right hip crease and straightening your left leg. And untwisting, dropping your back heel, straightening your front leg, reaching your arms to T, and then taking it down for triangle pose. Left arm to the sky. Relaxing your shoulders, feel the feet, stay connected. The release, take it down and step it back down dog. Pressing down and forward. And then your right knee comes to your right elbow. Take it back. Down dog. Right knee, right elbow. Feel that core. Invite the core to engage. Invite it to respond. Give it permission to get stronger. 2 more. Right down dog, and then right knee, right wrist, pigeon pose. Walking your left leg back. And really pressing down through that left foot and deciding whether you want to rest your head to the floor or to a block, or if you want to move up and down with your breath. Two more. And then you can either stay up or rest down. It's your choice. And touching down, tuck your left toes under. Down dog. And walk those feet to the top of the mat. And slowly rise up. We'll take our left foot, cross it over your right. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Right away from here, you're gonna tuck your tailbone or pull up from that pubic bone. And then bending your back knee. So this will hit the TFL, where it attaches to your ilium up here, which is kind of the top of your IT band. So from here, slide down your left leg and reach your right arm up. Keep pressing out through the right hip. Keep tucking your tailbone under. And breathe, chin up, head back. And then coming up and cross. Some of us really feel that a lot. Some of us don't. Take your right foot over the left. I feel it like crazy. It's actually where a lot of discomfort lands for me often. But I'm giving my body permission to heal. Tuck that pubic bone to the solar plexus, bending your back knee a little bit, and then your left hip kind of pops up a bit. You'll feel that there. Good. And then the left arm comes up and reach all the way over. Breathe. Chin up, head back, torso back. As soon as you lean forward here, it takes it all away. So lean back. Okay, Mom. An inch. Scratch it for you. Scratch. Good, then come on up. Down dog. And we'll take it onto our backs. And on your backs, pull your left knee into your chest. And bring your head up to that left knee. And then draw that left knee across your body, all the way to the right. Oh, gosh. And you can use your fingers here to kind of massage down that left leg a bit. Left arm out to the left. And you can bring that knee up, and let's take the right knee into the chest, extend out through your left leg. Bring your head up to the knee as you exhale. Take it down and bring that knee across your body. And open the right arm to the right. You can use your fingers here to massage that side of your thigh, getting into your IT band. And we'll bring those knees up. Take your feet wide. And rock your knees left and right. Maybe you stay a little on the left side and you place your right foot on the left thigh. That can get into the IT band too. It also is a great stretch. And then you could do the same on the other side, knees to the left, right foot on the left thigh. And then when your body's ready, right into Shavasana. And in Shavasana, settling in and just taking in this piece of how addicted at times we can be to our suffering, our patterns, our negative thoughts. And this isn't to judge yourself. This is simply bringing the shadow piece to the surface. And there's this great book called Existential Kink, which is all about shadow work. And one of the greatest ways to really heal these pieces or these shadows, or to quote unquote integrate them into our being, is to recognize how much we actually love our addiction to suffering or pain. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's pretty fascinating when you start to realize it. And from that place, you can change. You can create the change that you really want. So I hope that this class and this time and me sharing opens you up today to catch yourself either going into these negative stories or negative limiting beliefs, and to just catch yourself, giggle at it, and remember the pen is in your hand and the open book of your life has blank pages ahead of you. And what do you want to fill those pages with? What do you want to see grow in your life? How do you want to expand? Because that's really all your soul wants. Resting even deeper. The body's so heavy. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretching your arms up overhead. Taking a deep breath in, hugging those knees to your chest. And then coming on to your side. And use your hands to come all the way up. It's so nice and feels so inspiring to feel the hopefulness of getting this control over our thoughts and our wild minds that love to run with all kinds of thinking that probably doesn't serve us. But let us not strive for perfection, because that is unattainable. Let us enjoy the process of life. Let us enjoy the process of healing, of growing, expanding. And when I was thinking when we have a friend who's struggling, it's not the right time to try to get them to see a more positive side. We put our hands on their backs. We let them be where they're at. We don't try to fix it. We don't try to change it. We don't try to shape it. But let us be open to any glimmer of possibility that can come out of any bit of our discomfort or suffering. And again, I don't ever want us to spiritually bypass or pretend life is so grand and just rewire our thoughts to all these positive. That's not what I'm saying. I think our pain needs to be felt, but only to a certain degree, because so many of us are so addicted to it. We've had trauma and pain, and our brain gets attached to those chemicals and cortisol. It's a crazy thing, but it's true. So when the pain has been like 10 years ago, or even from our childhood, that's when we have to recognize that that was then, and this is now. And those pages in our novel are blank and ready to be filled. Happy fall, autumnal equinox. May we plant these seeds of hope, these seeds of positive change, more self-awareness, more self-compassion, more self-love. And thank you for being here today. Namaste. If anyone wants that information from Nicola Para, the Future Self Journaling, just let me know. And what else? I think that might be it. There was something else. Sharon, get to the hot springs. Bring a book, a journal. I hope you all
I need Elise with me first.
I don't know about that, but
I'm all right chilling alone, but always better with a friend.
I know it is. Elisa does need to go to the hot springs too. You could tell, because she's not saying yes right away because she's got a lot going on. So
do I. And Jamie, I warn you, you know this. You and Ken are getting into this like house business. Girl, it's a lot.
Oh, I know. I've been there.
It's a lot. Like Elise and I talk about, like she's got all these juggling pieces plus her real job. Same with me. It's like, woo, it can raise my cholesterol, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's we went into it this time with a lot of ceremony and a lot of intention. Like we literally wrote an entire groundbreaking ceremony and performed it in front of the neighborhood. And so there's a tremendous amount of awareness and also a lot of old patterns that creep in. And
well, we've never, so it's like, holy cow, I had no idea what building a house is about.
Yeah. Yeah, the choices, the decisions, the stress, the distraction, the conversations that are so not sexy, like.
Not at all. Like, I mean, like poor Steve, he's just a mental list consistently. And I'm
Yeah.
like, am I supposed to be taking notes or